A former Mississippi judge have came forward and confirmed the police ain't doing everything they could do
to
solve
that.
this Nolan Wells investigation.
We knew that.
Potential murder. And it's probably because there are some very powerful families involved in this situation. Not only are they not doing their job, the judge will even take it a step further and say, yo, there are obvious crimes and arrests that needs to be made already. That they are neglecting and refusing to act on. This is Carlos Moore. He's a former judge in Mississippi and current attorney. Y'all called us race hustling, ambulance chasing grifters because we say, yo, this Nolan Wells situation doesn't smell well and we want an investigation. So we race hustling, ambulance chasing grifters. So now you guys got to deal with an actual attorney, somebody who actually knows the law, somebody who was a judge, who knows how the enforcement of the laws are supposed to work. And let him explain how exactly the police is botching this investigation and not doing what they are supposed to do. Now, as you listen to him, ask yourself this. If Nolan Wells was any other race, let's not even say white. If Nolan Wells was any other race, do you think this investigation will be going how it's going right now?
Hello, friends. Come on in. I'm Judge Carlos Moore.
Judge Carlos Moore. Man, say it one time for him, man. Judge who?
Damn.
Say it one time for him, man. Judge who?
Hello, friends. Come on in. I'm Judge Carlos Moore.
This brother dropped a 40-minute masterpiece
40
going
minutes?
at the police for their 1 hour of investigation before they said no foul play. Now, he broke down why there should be people in cuffs in jail fighting a bond right now while this case is being investigated. And he broke down the exact crimes they have already committed.
I ain't even heard about what you call it.
This is all very suspicious activity. We know that based on an audio recording and some video that Nolan Wells can be heard saying, give me my freaking keys. Excuse me, give me my freaking phone.
Yeah.
And there's been two different versions. Some said he said, give me my freaking phone, or some say he said, give me my my ML phone. Regardless, he was asking or demanding his phone. Someone had his phone who did not have permission to have his phone.
Right.
So the first thing I see, the simplest thing I see
Ain't that tampering with evidence?
Who had his phone and why? And was that theft of the phone?
Right.
Sometimes we look at the largest case, we try to get to murder. But the person that took his phone committed a crime right there. There are witnesses to who took that phone.
Right.
This is what we're talking about.
And that's exactly what I mean, because usually, like, okay, they have a murder suspect. Okay, we don't have him on murder. We cannot go arrest him on murder. We very, very, very strongly believe that he is the one who killed this person. But we don't have him. We can't arrest him for murder. We don't have enough evidence, but we do have enough evidence that he had a gun that he wasn't supposed to have, or he stole a pizza, right? So we're going to arrest him on that. We're going to bring him in. We're going to hold him in jail, and then we're going to interrogate the fuck out of him until we find out the truth. And then if we find some evidence during this investigation that proves that he did have something to do with the murder, we'll add those charges in later. You get what I'm saying? Listen, y'all, YouTube and Meta might owe you up to $1,000 if you or your child grew up on social media. If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health issues, you should hear this. Recently, a jury just ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They know that their apps can cause anxiety, depression, or body image issues, but they never shared those risks with us. They never made us sign anything that we knew the risk. They just maximized their profits. And the recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. But you better not worry. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm that they have caused. Click the link in my bio to take a very short questionnaire quiz, because you might be entitled to a potential recovery of over $1,000.
And this is how it looks like when somebody really wants to solve something.
Right.
This is how it looks like if somebody really cares.
Right.
This is how it looks like when there's a concerted effort to figure out what happened. You know what you don't do? You don't say, hey, do y'all want to talk? Nope, we ain't got nothing to say. IG deleted, phones off. We don't got nothing to say. Mama's a judge. Mama said don't talk. We good.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Hey, man, there's nothing, we didn't find nothing wrong. No, right?
No, that ain't how it go.
You get down to the
when
bottom
somebody
of
end
this,
up
man.
dead.
If Nolan Wells was any other race, we're not even going to say white. You know why we're not going to say white? Right? Because when we say white, now it's race hustling. When we say white, now it's grifting. So if Nolan Wells was any other race and his friends, now we're going to say black now, if his friends were black, because we know how they do us. If Nolan Wells was any other race and his friends were black, you don't think if that video comes out of Nolan Wells screaming, give me back my phone, what y'all doing? They not charging them with theft, robbery, or something. They not bringing, listen, they will be in jail. They will find out who Nolan Wells was arguing with, who had the phone. And once Nolan Wells said, give me back my phone, and you guys didn't give it back, that's theft.
Right.
If those kids were black, they'll be in jail
They'll
right
be
now.
in jail.
Isn't it funny the police forget how to make people rat? They forget how to make people squeal. They forget the art of turning somebody into a rat when it comes to Nolan Wells. They've been doing it.
I don't think it's because a black kid died that they don't care. I think it's because the white people are the suspects. I think if the black kids were suspects, if black kids killed the black kid, they going to arrest them niggas. Yep, arrest, question, interrogate, whatever. When the white boys is the suspects and the white boy's mama is a judge and the white boy's mama said, oh, nothing happened, oh, don't, and this is my son, don't worry about it. All right, now everybody quiet. Don't nobody know nothing. Okay.
Us for centuries. Should we tell you guys what y'all gameplay is? Y'all gameplay has always been, if you're trying to get somebody to squeal, if you're trying to get somebody to tell on something that took place in the neighborhood, come and pick them up on a Friday on something petty. And you make sure to pick them up at 4 p.m. on a Friday so they can sit in jail for the longest. Sit in jail all weekend long.
Exactly.
You see a judge on Monday, the judge lets you out on bond, and then pick them up again in 2 weeks on something very petty and have them sit in jail again for another weekend.
Exactly.
And you rinse and repeat until they squeal. These are sheltered kids who've never been in trouble or been in jail.
You know they would have been snitched.
Sit in jail for a weekend will make them start telling you guys what we want to know.
Hell yeah.
But because, again, these are powerful kids with powerful parents, nah. Now, the judge would also describe another crime that would allow the police to bring multiple people in.
Yeah.
Now, the phone thing, probably one person, but the person that probably had the phone, who knows? So the phone thing is just one person. Right. Now, the judge would also describe another crime that could be used.
Can't they do tampering with evidence?
You bring all of them in that was at that Horn Island on these charges and make them tell on each other.
If an affidavit is signed, an arrest warrant could be signed by a judge in Mississippi to go after that person that had that phone unlawfully. We know, based on his own words, Nolan Wells' words while he was alive, he did not give whoever had that phone permission to have that phone. So was that theft? I think if an affidavit is signed, if it was presented to me when I was a judge, I would have signed an arrest warrant for the person for theft of that phone.
Just to figure out the murder,
on what I heard. It had to be an affidavit format, but if it was presented to me in affidavit format from law enforcement, I would sign the arrest warrant for, at least at this point, theft of the man's phone. We know who had it. We know who didn't report it to the family. The family had to go find it, and we know that Nolan Wells said give it back to him.
You're right.
And evidently it was not given back to him.
Obviously, right.
Why was that?
Why was that? Fuck you talking about?
All of the other things I've stated, you piece it together. Is there enough right now?
For murder, no.
For arrest warrants for murder?
I don't think so.
That is a good question. I do know at this point there should have been search warrants signed by a judge. Evidence should have been presented to a judge by now.
At the least,
we're nearly 7 days
it's been a
after
week. 8 days,
July the
9
4th,
days.
when he was first reported
10
missing.
days today. Because, yeah, he was reported July 4th. It's 10 days, bro.
There should have been
no arrest warrants.
Evidence.
No search
submitted
warrants.
by Jackson County
no interrogation.
law enforcement agents. We do know at this point, low-hanging fruit. There should be an investigation about the underage drinking. Who provided the alcohol?
Yep. I was just going to say that too.
Those individuals could be immediately arrested based on if there was any sworn testimony presented to a judge. I believe a judge could immediately sign an arrest warrant for those who provided the alcohol to underage individuals.
There were a couple hundred people on that island.
They was all
Nobody
kids.
saw nothing. Nolan drowned and nobody saw it.
Exactly.
Nobody saw anything happen to Nolan. Nobody saw Nolan leave the island. Nobody. Some people know something.
Somebody knows something.
That underage drinking thing, because they were, like Nolan and his friends were under 21?
Yeah, they was 18.
There were multiple kids, that probably 100 plus under 21.
Yeah.
Well, you get to find out, okay, who brought the liquor to the island?
Right.
Who in Nolan's friend group brought liquor? Because even if you're under 21, you can still get charged with underage drinking.
Yeah.
By providing liquor to underage people, even if you're under 21. Okay,
Right.
Which one of Nolan's friends in that friend group brought the liquor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. You had liquor in your hand and you passed the beer to your homie? Okay, cool. You going too.
Yeah.
They'll probably get you about 20 plus arrests.
Hell yeah.
Once you got
know it's
about
all
20
on
plus people
Snapchat
in,
and shit.
I can already tell you now from covering rap cases, we've never seen a case where more than 5 people where everybody kept it silent.
Hell no.
We've never seen it.
And them with
5
gangsters.
plus people, they squilling. But these are the things we're supposed to be focusing on. These are the things we're supposed to be talking about. But instead, they want to ignore all of this. Even the man said, yo,
My damn muscles
the
sore, gang. I've been
police
working
ain't
out.
even applied
Real
for
muscle.
search warrants
Exactly.
yet. Just the very fact that a missing person who ended up dead phone is found on that boat
It
or
should have
found in
been.
your possession.
In that house,
Oh yeah,
search
that
warrant.
right there is probable cause for us to do a search warrant of that
Right.
house to find if anything else belonging to Nolan is in that house.
Mm-hmm.
That hasn't even been done yet. A judge has not even been approached yet
Of course
in
not.
regards to this Nolan Wells investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Something fishy is going on here and it doesn't smell right. But instead of people
It ain't
focusing
adding
on
up
this,
either.
instead of people focusing on what really matters, you got people like Jason Whitlock,
Oh
who's
my God.
doing 2-hour
hate that
plus
nigga.
live streams talking about how the family don't deserve to be getting money from the public.
What?
I'm appalled, bro. Y'all are disgusting.
They have launched a GoFundMe for in loving memory of Nolan Xavier
Damn,
Wells.
somebody gave 100,000. Shit.
They're up
Who
to
was Byron
about
Allen?
$650,000 on this GoFundMe. There's a report that Byron Allen,
I don't know who that is.
black billionaire,
Okay.
media mogul, has donated $100,000 to the Nolan Wells GoFundMe.
That's what's up.
This thing, I think, will get to $1 million. They got a goal of 750, but they just keep raising the goal every time they reach it, and it gets higher. You know, it may have started out at like $50,000, but now they're all the way up to the goal of $750,000, and I would suspect by the end of the day they'll have a goal of $850,000 because they'll surpass the $700,000 mark or whatever. It's troubling.
Troubling.
Is
Oh, okay.
What the only thing I can call this is troubling, that they're following in a pattern that we saw from Carmelo Anthony's family. My black child has died, and I'm owed reparations.
Not the same thing. It's not the same thing because Carmelo Anthony was a suspect of a murder. Nolan Wells didn't do anything wrong. What the fuck? What did he do? What did he do wrong? He ended up dead. So if people want to donate to him so that their family can bury him, have a nice funeral for him, pay the lawyers to find out what happened, hire private investigators to find out what happened, and get to the bottom of the story, because they obviously can't depend on the tax dollars that they're paying their police department. They obviously can't depend on that. He is a clown. Take your fat ass, go get you some donuts, nigga.
I'm owed some sort of financial settlement because my black child died in proximity to a white person. And I get to launch a charity off of this tragedy, and that money will help soothe the pain of the loss of my child.
You are a miserable, evil, disgusting old man.
Yeah.
Now, I can understand if you got a problem with, let's say, Ben
like
Crump
your ugly ass.
or Al Sharpton getting involved. Again, understandable. Whatever your opinion is on them, understandable. But to go as low as attacking the parents who just lost their kid, the parents aren't.
Yeah, Jason Whitlock, never married, has publicly stated that he deliberately chose to prioritize his career over marriage, often describing himself as being married to his career and noting that the choices he made led to never marry or have children. I already knew that. I could tell just by looking at this fat motherfucker. He is an old, miserable, lonely, old-ass man with no kids and no wife who all he has to live for is to sit at home and hate on people. This is pure hate. This is not an opinion. This is not, I disagree with this. No, this is hate. You are a miserable old hag. You are a miserable old hag. Girls don't like you. You grew up fat than a motherfucker your whole life. Probably got picked on when you was in school. The girl you liked never liked you back. And now, oh, poor Jason is now on the internet to, I don't know who's watching this bullshit. I really can't tell you who's watching it. It sounds like you got lucky and got hired at ESPN, because I go to your page and nobody's watching this shit for the most part. When you talk about sports, you get a few some okay views. Nobody's watching this shit here. This Jason Whitlock Harmony. Yeah, nobody's watching this shit, bro. Nobody's watching. And the people who are watching it are in the comments hating on you. You only start getting views 10 days ago because you pretty much hating, and everybody in the comments is at your neck. You're a miserable old hag. Take your weird ass on somewhere, nigga.
Again, understandable. Whatever your opinion is on them, understandable. But to go as low as attacking the parents who just lost their kid, the parents aren't forcing anybody to donate.
Exactly.
They aren't saying you must don't. No, they started a GoFundMe. Hey, we're going to be chasing justice. We lost our kid. We're probably going to be like away from our jobs, away from our business, trying to figure out how to get him justice. If you want to donate and help out with the cause, here it is. And people are giving their money because they resonate with this story.
Right.
Because they feel for these parents. And you still got a problem with that? You still got a problem with that. And I don't understand why. Why would anybody have a problem with people giving their money free will?
Right.
To these parents who just lost their kid. You think these parents would choose the money over getting their son back?
Probably not.
No, genuinely. You think there's
some
money
parents would. I'm not going to say some parents is weird like that. But obviously not. They didn't have a GoFundMe before he passed away. They weren't online begging for money before he passed away. They're obviously doing it. Like you said, they're trying to pay. They got lawyers to pay. They probably paying some of these news outlets to report on the story. They're paying reporters, private investigators. They're going to probably be away from their jobs and their businesses for I don't know how long. But bills still have to be paid. I ain't hear you have a problem with Chud the Builder, who shot an unarmed black man for no reason, for real, after walking around calling niggas niggas. I ain't see you get mad at him when he raised $1 million. You ain't said shit about that. Fuck you, I'm gonna give you some money for when you shot a nigga.
About the lifelong pain they currently have due to the loss of their son. And I never understand, y'all don't have this energy for anybody else other than your own.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't have this energy for anybody else, yo. It's never nobody else. There was a woman, Shiloh Hendricks, who raised like $800,000 because she lost her job after calling a 5-year-old autistic black boy the N-word with the hard R at a public park. Where was this energy for Shiloh Hendricks? Where was it at? As a matter of fact, let's take a look at what Jason Whitlock had to say about Shiloh Hendricks. Again, I haven't even researched it yet. Okay? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what Jason Whitlock had to say about Shiloh Hendricks. Why don't I see no show about this? Why don't I see no show about this?
Chud the Builder, ain't no show about that. Let's go on his weird ass YouTube real quick.
How Shiloh Hendricks and Carmelo Anthony benefit? All right, man. All right, man. Hey, yo, listen. To placate to the white supremacists who follow him, when he spoke on Shiloh Hendricks, who got like almost $700,000 to $800,000 for calling a black boy the hard R.
Yeah.
He had to pair it with Carmelo Anthony to make the white supremacists who watch him feel a little better.
Exactly.
Bro, mind your business. This got nothing to do with you. You ain't donate. This is not your money.
Right.
Why do you give a damn? Why must y'all harass these innocent people?
He just pandering,
They not bothering nobody. They trying to get justice for their son. Why do y'all continue to harass them? Look at this hate and nonsense he engaged in. Yo, watch this, bro. Watch this. They didn't come begging you for money. Why do you care?
Right.
How much money they get? Why?
Right.
And I get the pretense of the argument would be, well, I've got to have money to buy the kind of justice that I want for my child. I guess the argument would be that Mississippi is so racist that if I don't have money to spread around, I can't get Mississippi, law enforcement in Mississippi, to pursue the truth.
It's very true.
But there's also the other argument that some people could make is if I don't have money, I can't manipulate the truth. I can't produce the truth that I want. And so let me start a GoFundMe. Maybe I'll use some of it to improve my life. Maybe I'll use some of it to make sure I get an autopsy report that backs up my contention, or an autopsy report that tells the truth, a toxicology report that tells the truth or supports my narrative. But this seems like the way that we're headed, and I'm pointing to Carmelo Anthony as like he laid the blueprint, but maybe I should point even further back.
Just another black man, right?
This has been the point of the entire Black Lives Matter movement.
Jason Whitlock used to be so much more believable with his LARP.
There you go.
I feel like the LARP has kind of got, like, it's gotten still, bro. Right? The parents have came out and said they don't think it's a race thing. The parents have not brought up race not once.
Yeah.
They simply said, we just want a private investigation. And we will bankroll it and we will fund the private investigation for our son.
Yeah.
And if y'all want to help with this private investigation, here's the GoFundMe. Y'all can help, but we're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they've ever said. They ain't accused nobody. They ain't said this person did it or this person did it. They ain't say the 3 white friends did it.
They just said we trying to figure out.
We want a private investigation.
Right.
And you're still choosing to attack those people, which tells me it's never about what they say. It's always about their skin tone.
Mm-hmm.
If you black, you are going to be on the receiving end of Jason Whitlock.
Yeah.
As simple as that. It makes no sense whatsoever. But let me know what you guys think, all right?
If you black, you wrong. If you white, you could do it because you're white and your skin makes you, it's okay because you're not violent, and black people deserve it because they're violent. That's the stupid shit these niggas to say, bro. And the logical thing behind anybody would be, okay, obviously something's going wrong, bro. Okay? Because here's my question. I'm not even saying arrest. If a young man, I'm not gonna say little boy, a young man, 18-year-old young man, came up dead, and y'all know the last people who he was with, and y'all haven't even had a search warrant on the boat, Y'all haven't even had a search warrant. Y'all haven't made a single arrest. Y'all ain't brung nobody in for investigation. And his mom happens to be a judge in this small town. Like, bro, I'm not stupid, gang. I'm not a kindergartner. I know what 2 + 2 is. So it makes 100% sense as to why they would launch an investigation, which is not cheap. It's very easy for them bills to get high. Very easy. It's very easy to spend $100,000 fighting a simple assault case. Especially if you got money. It's very easy. It's quick. I'm talking about very quick. You know what I'm saying? Shit, nigga, I'll pay my tax attorney $20,000, nigga. I got a good tax attorney out here in Miami. I pay him. First time I paid him 15 racks. So